Okay, so welcome back to the second part. This is where I do some analysis on some of the products that I trade. So let's crack on. So before I do that, just the legend so you know exactly what's there. So the black numbers are going to be support and resistance levels based on trend lines. Pink numbers are going to be breakout levels. And claret numbers, they're just going to be horizontal levels where I've identified support or resistance, generally based on double or triple tops or bottoms. Okay, so with the Dow Daily, towards the end of last week, we saw a bit of a sell-off with the stocks. So I've got resistance at 41,783, and I've got support at 39,660. Now, if you look at that, Friday, it sort of just touched that first fib level of 382, just managed to stay and close above that. And of course, that was Tuesday's low as well. So it's going to be an important level when the markets reopen. So just keep an eye on those levels. Okay, so moving on to the S&P. So I've got resistance at 57.42 and I've got support at 55.40. Now I've got a breakout level at 55.03. So if it goes through that, I'm expecting it to go lower. But it's going to be an interesting week, and of course the key data. There's quite a bit of data coming out in the US, but Friday's PCE is going to be the most looked forward to. Now the Nasdaq again had that sell-off from midweek, and I've got resistance at 2404. I've got support. Sorry, I've got another resistance at 20.025. That was a previous support level, so I've left it on there, but because it's broken, it's tried retesting that, so it's become a bit of a resistance level now. And then I've got support at 19.721. Again, the fibs are on there. They're useful as the market's coming down. They're areas where, you will get the tech guys, tech traders coming in trying to sort of potentially buy just in front of those, but they're going to have stop losses below as well. So just keep an eye on those. But, fib levels can be very useful if you know how to use them properly. Okay, so the pound against the dollar, I've got resistance at 130.85. I've got support at 126.20. Yeah, it's a big gap, this is sort of like 4 cents. I just really couldn't find anything decent in between them, so that's how I've just left it. But again, the fib levels are on there, so if the market started to come down further, because the dollar did start to strengthen midweek, then you can see potential support levels. And here's the euro against the dollar. I've got resistance at 110.04. I've got support at 109.04. And then I've got further support way down at 107.07. Now we're going to move on to Bitcoin. It seems Germany finished all the selling that they needed to do. So on Friday it had a really good bounce up, and it's back up to over 67,000 now. So I've got resistance at 67,773, and I've got support at really the fib level, so 63,528. And the next one down, which is just being hidden by those light blue colours that I put in there, those sort of turquoisey colours. Now that's a big gap, and of course when you look at gaps, it's closed to open. Don't take highs and lows, so I've sort of highlighted them in that light blue so that you can see the difference there. But it's a big gap. That's sort of over $3,000. Now, of course, it's going to have to come down a lot to get to there, and at the moment, Friday looked very strong. But, with crypto, you just never know where it's heading next. Moving on to gold, I've got resistance at 24.94. Supports coming in at 24.02. And again, I've got the fib levels on there. It broke through. It sort of tested that 50 level on Friday. Again, we just got to wait and see if it's going to open below that support line and that 50 fib level or not. Now, the 618, that lime green color lower down, that's the golden ratio. That's the key level for tech traders. When it's coming down and testing these levels, until it breaks that golden ratio, there's a really good chance that it will be a retracement. That's just a correction before it continues on its original journey. However, if it breaks through that golden ratio, closes below that golden ratio, and then you just have to monitor sort of what's happened, price action in the past. And then that can give you an idea of whether it's going to stay as a retracement or whether it's actually becoming a reversal, where it could potentially come all the way back down to sort of 2300. But we're going to just have to sort of just see how this week goes. I mean, gold was just following the stocks lower, really. And finally, WTI. I've got resistance at 82.37 and I've got support at 78.35. Also 77.08. I've got a breakout on the downside at 76.37. Now this is based on the September contract. August is just expired for WTI. So again, just remember I trade futures. So these are futures based. If you're trading CFDs, you're going to have to make slight adjustments to those particular levels. So just try and get the futures price, look at the differential between that and what you're seeing in the CFD, and then you've got an idea. Excuse me. So anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed this, and there's another couple of slides to come, and of course I hope to see you again next week. Have a great week. So, just a little heads up on my services. So I offer a daily newsletter that includes global news, headlines, my views. That's a subscription service. I also offer one-day workshops. This helps you to discover if trading could be your next career or maybe just a secondary income. But the one thing is, because I offer a variety of them, is I can also just fill in any gaps that you may have with your current trading, or whether it's macro or actual trading skills. And then I offer a 1 week intensive course. That's going to make you feel confident and competent after just 1 week. And that's going to basically give you the foundations on which to build your trading career. I'm going to help you find that inner trader, and that also now includes a free trading challenge. And then there's my Flexi Masterclass. That's 6 weeks of guided learning, but you can spread them out. You don't have to take them all at once, and that does help to accelerate the learning curve. And that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading tools that you're going to need to navigate these markets, and any asset class, whether it's financial, commodity, digital, I'm involved in them all. And as I say, the weeks can be spread out there, and that also includes a free trading challenge. Trader mentoring, so maybe you've already got some experience but you're looking to get to that next level and you're struggling to do that. I offer mentoring by the hour, by the day, or a monthly subscription. It's entirely up to you, but I just want to help you guys to reach that next level time and again. And of course I provide lots of trader educational content, not just to individuals but also to exchanges and brokers. And if you're looking for that funded trading account, so you don't have to risk your capital, then contact me for details. I've got 2 good ones that I use. Okay, so finally, as usual, just ending with a disclaimer. So, if you're already involved, then you'll know this. If not, then please take serious note of this, that trading does involve the risk of loss of capital and it's not suitable for everyone. However, I do hope it is for you. And now, because there's leverage involved from many companies, just be careful because you can lose substantially more than that initial investment. The regulators are a bit more on top of that these days, but, even so, just be a bit cautious. Everything that I include in these just purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade or invest. That must be your decision. And of course, before you make that decision, you've got to consider the risks involved. And that includes your financial situation, definitely your level of experience, definitely your risk appetite, and of course, only risk capital you're prepared, but more importantly, that you can afford to lose. And if you've got any doubts whatsoever, first of all, think twice before you do it. Speak to a financial advisor. And do that before you risk your capital. I have so many people come to me because they've lost money. I'd rather they come to me and learn how to do it and not lost the money in the first place, because that's just a waste of their savings. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these, and I'll be doing these on a weekly basis. So I'm going to post the links in places so that you can get to them. My new website will be finished soon, but in the meantime, you can reach me at the email address below on all the slides, which is chrisjtubby55@gmail.com. And all I can say is I wish you a wonderful week. Best of luck with your trading, and hope to see you again next weekend. Bye for now.